Hello and welcome to Finding My Voice, an unplanned, unwritten, and spontaneous pilot of an episode of a podcast I am hoping to make. I am a trans woman. My name is Katarina, and among all of the things I'm doing right now is voice work. I am working on my voice feminization. That's not all I'm doing. I also write, or try to, a couple of stories. I write sonnets. I am a role player, which is the birthplace of a lot of the stories in my mind. So yes, I'm a nerd, and I've always wanted to do something creative. So writing obviously is creative, but I love acting. I am a trained actor. And I just love character work and expressing myself. It's not really about telling a story for me as much as it is living a story. But yes, this is going to be about finding my voice, the feminization of my voice, if you will. But that's not what technically I'm going to be talking about most of the time, although I'm sure it will come up. I just want to use my voice and express myself, and if people want to listen to that, I will be honored. So I think I will sometimes read poetry, my sonnets. A lot of them are inspired by my role playing. I love getting into character and play dramatically. I'm not just into the what some call hack and slash or the board game aspects, role playing game. Those are all fine aspects of role playing. That's just not what I'm into as much. So I will tell stories about what's happened in my games. Memorable quotes. Sorry. I'm gonna leave a lot of things like that in here. This is my improvised pilot episode. Eventually, I will become good at producing and editing. Oh no, editing's gonna be really hard for me. I know I'm lucky. I am lucky. My acting has prepared me for how voice work works. Yeah, that was unplanned. But yeah, it's kind of complicated. But having been an actor in actor school has prepared me for how voice training works. And I've never had a very deep voice, so I'm starting out from a good location, but still, hearing my voice played back to me really makes me want to crawl under a big rock and just disappear. It's dysphoria for you. That's, voice dysphoria is really hard, but that is kind of one thing I want to work with on this podcast. Just share my progress, I guess. I guess some people want to listen to that. Some people want to listen to my nerdery. I really hope people like my poetry. I might read some short stories. I've written some already, and I might narrate them here and just read them. And I'd love comments and things like that. Maybe someday I'll even have people on to talk to. Role-playing is a collaborative effort, after all, with a lot of different ways to do it and a lot of different thoughts into what role-playing is and can be, a lot of different opportunities. And that would be fun. If you're into role-playing, writing, and voice work, then I guess this could be the podcast for you if I don't totally mess it up. I do think it's going to be fun, though. I started writing poetry this year, during a campaign of Simba Room. Our wonderful game master, she provided us with a space to grow our character relationships so much that when we finished the campaign, we all cried. We did not want to leave the characters behind. And somewhere halfway through the campaign, I just started writing poetry from the perspective of my character, and it just felt so right. And so I started finding my calling, if you will. After a while, I didn't just rhyming, and I wrote an iambic pentameter, first of all. That I like it because it kind of writes itself. But eventually I got bored of just rhyming every line with each other, and I started looking into how to write actual sonnets. The Shakespearean type of sonnet. And I loved it. It's a little more work, but in the end, the results is just so nice. I'm not going to read my role play poetry yet. I want I want to present my role-playing sonnets in full context, which will take a little time. So one sonnet or one series of sonnets from a role-playing game, I think, would need to have the full context, and I'm not prepared for that. I'll need to write some context for that. That would not do as an improvised episode. But yes, I will write one sonnet now. I will recite one sonnet because there has to be some content to every episode, even a weird improvised pilot episode that might not even ever air. I'm sure it will air. I'm sure some of my friends will hear this. But yes, so this is one I wrote today. I recently came out at work just a couple of weeks ago. I actually came out to the group, my supervisor team, on the 11th of October, which is the International Coming Out Day. But then, of course, it took a couple of days for HR and everyone to make it official. And yes, I just dropped my dead name right then and there. My name change application is in. It takes a little while because I have a few unusual parts of my name. Not very unusual. I've heard some people named Galaxia and things like that. Those are awesome, those names. But my names are just some old-fashioned parts to my name, like middle names and things. So it takes a little longer, but it's almost there. And I've been out to most of my friends outside work for almost 2 years now. Close friends, a lot longer than that. And it was nice. But having come out at work and now being able to live almost all my life, well, not almost, all my life, authentically, has just been so incredibly magical. And the one of my friends, the first one I came out to way back in like 2013 and 2012, I kept messaging her every day about, oh my god, it's so amazing. I was myself today again. Like, I'm at work and no one's dead naming me. Everyone at work was just lovely too, by the way. I was so afraid, but I was wrong to be afraid. Everything was just fantastic. And yeah, I keep spamming her with these messages of how amazing it is to just walk from my car to my apartment, because like, there was always a slight risk of someone at work seeing me. And if I've been out with friends, I'm out as me, in full femme mode, And I was terrified of someone from work just seeing me. So I was always hiding, just put a hood up, or just even neighbor. I was afraid of neighbors, and I don't really know why. But now, since I came out of work, I just walk home. And if anyone doesn't like it, then I don't care. I'm just free. And it's just an amazing feeling that I've never felt before. And I just keep spamming some of my friends about it. And they say they still enjoy it. They say it's cute. It's just the freedom that most people take for granted. Just be you. And it's new to me still. And so today, when I was going to tell her this again, I stopped myself. Like, they have to get tired of me at some point. I mean, they say it's cute, but yeah, no. So I thought, you know what? I'm gonna write a sonnet about this. So, all right, you know what? I'm not gonna describe it anymore. I'm just gonna read it. So this is a sonnet called Out. I still cannot believe the way that simply walking makes me feel. No shadow hiding me away, my shroud will never more conceal. The dread and anguish, they're still there. Evil could strike at any time, but I could not begin to care. Now every day I have is mine. I may have long still left to go, and adversaries on the way, but oh my friends, I love you so. You bring me forth to light of day. It might be painful now and then, but I refuse to hide again. That's it. That's the sonnet. And that's how I feel. It's amazing, just simply walking and not hiding is magical, and I just can't get over how incredible it is. And it's sad that something simple is so wild to me, and this is how I could have felt all my life. yeah, that was one sonnet, and there's plenty more. I've written many, and I can read a couple every episode if I start doing a series, which I hope I will. And a lot of them will have role playing context. So, if you don't like if you hate the idea of role play, you're gonna hate me, because I'll talk about roleplay a lot. I mean, including if you're just friends with me. If you hate hearing about role-playing games, you just can't be my friend. You might be a wonderful person, but you just hate being my friend, because I never shut up about role-playing. I love it so much, and I have some great stories. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna get to that in an episode, but role-playing has saved my life and shaped me in many ways, and that's actually reflected in the names I've taken now. That's a great story. I will come to that, but that's also one that's so near and dear to me that I'm not going to improvise it. I'm going to have to at least write some bullet points and not just blabbity blabbity blab talk about that. How long is reasonable for a pilot episode to be? I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to edit this, so I'm going to leave in all the flubs. I mean, I noticed I had one weird pronunciation in the sonnet. I'm going to keep it in there for now. It's improvised. I'm going to leave it improvised. And yeah, I know there was some darkness in there. Like, for instance, evil could strike at any time, and that is certainly true. I know a lot of people hate trans people, and I am in danger. I'm not going to hide that in any way. I know I'm in danger, and I know a lot of people in my country of Sweden really hates the fact that I exist, and a lot of people in power right now are actively trying to reduce my rights. I pay taxes for free healthcare, the famous Swedish free healthcare, but I am not receiving any trans care. All my income goes to foreign trans care, and that's expensive. So yeah, I'm paying full tax for a healthcare system that's not giving me healthcare. I have to use unsubsidized money, full price money out of pocket for that. And I'm not a wealthy person, so that takes a big toll. And people who are just slightly worse off than me, I just don't want to think about it. So yeah, I guess there's going to be politics here too. That's inevitable. If you're trans, you are at the whims of people in power, and your life can very quickly go downhill into nightmare territory. So you have to be politically aware as a trans person. But yes, this is Finding My Voice. I don't think I should go past 15 minutes on a rambling episode like this. But yes, I will work on my voice, muse about myself, my transition, my role-playing, and my writing, and sometimes just read stories to you when I've written them. And sonnets, obviously. And if somebody wants to contact me and talk to me and maybe have an episode with me, or ask me to read something they've written, or ask me questions, actually. Yes, I would love to answer questions. I love to educate people. I know there's a lot of wonderful trans allies out there who just don't understand, and it's fair. It's fair to not understand something that's been hidden for so long and something you just haven't experienced. So I love to educate as long as it's asked in good faith. And if it's not asked in good faith, I just will not read it here. So, we're fine. So, feel free to contact me. I will love if you contact me. Yeah, I am going to try and get this off the ground and make this actually official podcast and find my voice. I hope my voice will change over time and become better. I know some people say that I have a wonderful voice already, and I guess I do. I can't say they're lying, but I would like to be at a point where I don't feel terrible when hearing my voice back, at least not in the gender dysphoric way. I'll get there. I'm sure I will. And this has been Kat, musing and rambling an improvised pilot episode of Finding My Voice. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.